Hello everyone and welcome back to Roadbrick TV and this, the brand new MINI Cooper Convertible. What makes this car so exciting for me? Well, as you all know, I'm a big fan of convertibles, and this is the only Mini in the lineup where the fabric roof can come completely down. See, when the roof's down, the MINI Cooper Convertible just looks fun and exciting. It's one of my favourite cars in their range because it just epitomises everything that MINI stands for. Fun, enthusiastic, characterful driving, especially when you get it in this bright yellow paintwork, which is new for 2021. The colours aren't the only thing that are new for 2021. There's a number of styling changes as well, and we'll start down the front. Down the front here, we've got this whole new front end, which I think is really aggressive and sporty looking. It's still recognisable as your classic Mini, but it's been updated. We've got this new honeycomb front grille, which is part of the John Cooper Works body styling kit. It's got these extra vents and kind of, honeycomb effect and sporty look about it. If you were to go for something like the classic or exclusive, this centre bar here is replaced with a colour-coded strip right the way through the middle. Also down the front here, we've got these new black LED headlights, which really transform the look of the car. This particular one also comes with the optional black pack, which gives you these black rims around the lights and the black badges, and it kind of de-chromes the whole car. When we take a look at the side profile of the car, not a lot has changed for the 21 model year. We do get this black side marker with a clear indicator, but other than that, everything remains the same. We do have these rather nice 17-inch John Cooper Works alloys though. They really set the car off on the sport model. And then as we approach the rear, I really like the way this roof kind of gathers here at the back. It doesn't take up all that boot space. It gives it that classic convertible Mini look. Other things to note at the rear end, well, this is probably one of the biggest updates on the Mini. It's this new rear bumper. I mean, just look how amazing that looks. Just remember, this is a Cooper, not a Cooper S. It's not a sport car. It's your standard 1.5 litre 3-cylinder engine. And look how sporty and ridiculous that back end looks. Like, Mini have really put some effort into the design work on this new car, and I think it's really paid off. Other things to note at the rear of the car, we've still got these iconic Union Jack style LED taillights, and because this car has the black pack, it's also got a black chrome exhaust tip, the black surrounds around the lights, and the black MINI Cooper badge and Mini badge. When you step inside, you'll notice there's been a number of updates in here too. The dash has been redesigned. We've got these new air vents and this new centre console with this much larger infotainment screen. Other areas of the interior which have been updated. Well, we've got this steering wheel, which is a much nicer, more ergonomic thing to hold. And it's got these nice new buttons on the front of them. They look like they should be those haptic feedback, which is all the rage at the moment in new cars. But fortunately, as I'm not a big fan of the haptic feedback stuff, they're actual buttons and switches, and they're really nice and pleasant to use. They feel really good on your hands when you're driving. It's the same underneath the centre console on that infotainment screen. It almost looks as if those buttons and switches should be haptic feedback with that nice gloss black finish, but they're not. They're actual buttons behind it, which, as I've already said, it's a much easier, nicer user experience to use. We've also got these nice John Cooper Works seats because this is obviously the sport, isn't it? So we've got these nice suede and leather bucket seats, which are really supportive and really, really comfortable. Other areas in the car that show this as a sport are areas like the kick plates with this John Cooper Works badge down here and on the steering wheel. It's a very sporty, fun, exciting place to sit and be. And it really does encourage you to, well, drive the Mini like it was intended, with some enthusiasm. There's something about Minis that makes me grin from ear to ear every time I get behind the wheel of one. I'm never disappointed with any of them. Every time I drive one, I find it, well, fun and just bags of character, and it's an entertaining experience. No matter who you are, when you jump behind the wheel of a MINI Cooper Convertible, with this roof down and the infinite headroom it offers, even on a grey, gloomy day like today where it's been threatening to rain for the last couple of hours, I'm still smiling from ear to ear and enjoying the whole experience. As I've mentioned, this particular one is the Cooper, and it's making use of the 1.5 litre 3-cylinder turbocharged engine, and it uses 136 brake horsepower. If you wanted something with a little bit more power, you can always option the Cooper S, which uses a 2 litre turbocharged engine and has 176 brake horsepower. And then finally, there's the range-topping John Cooper Works with 231 brake horsepower and a very fruity exhaust note. For me, the 1.5 litre engine is the sweet spot in the lineup. It's economical enough to be used every single day. It has just enough performance to still be a good, fun little engine to throw along a country lane like this. When you put your foot down, you can hear that tiny little turbocharger doing everything it can to produce that 136 brake horsepower. It spools up, and then when you let off and change gear, you hear that wastegate opening and dumping that excess boost. It gives you all the oral exhilaration you need from a performance engine, yet it will return a very good everyday MPG, whilst also being the cheapest to insure and tax in the lineup. This particular car is fitted with the automatic gearbox, and that makes it a fantastic all-round tool for everyday use. You can drop it into manual mode, select the gears, and still have an enjoyable, spirited drive whilst out on a country lane like this. You can also then drop it back into full automatic, and if you find yourself stuck in stop-start traffic, well, it means you can rest that left leg. If on the other hand though, you are someone who does enjoy an enthusiastic drive, I would highly recommend selecting the manual gearbox, because, well, the manual gearboxes in Minis are one of their best aspects. It's such a sweet gearbox, and it feels so nice and precise to be able to select the gears yourself, and the whole experience just makes you feel at one with the car. But I will come back to the auto saying that it is no slouch either. If you put your foot down, it's still capable of changing down the gears and enjoying itself. Every time I get behind the wheel of a Mini, I always find myself grinning from ear to ear. It's never a disappointing experience. They're just great fun. They offer something that none of the competition can quite muster. They're just, well, there's something about them, and it brings me back to that point I've made in previous videos with Minis. It's evident when you get behind the wheel of one and drive it that's why they have this cult following and this huge fan base, because they get under your skin. They make you fall in love with driving, and they epitomise the feeling that it should be fun when you're out on the open road. If you're a driving enthusiast and you're in the market for a convertible hatchback, then you should definitely be considering the MINI Cooper. It is one of the best small hatchback convertibles on the market today, and it just makes you feel, as I've already mentioned, youthful, and it brings back that childlike enthusiasm you had when you first passed your driving test. It's such a joy to get behind the wheel of, no matter what the weather or what kind of day you're having. It will make you smile. If you'd like to find out more about the MINI Cooper Convertible, or indeed any of the other Minis in the lineup, please make sure you contact one of our retailers using the links in the description below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel to make sure you don't miss any of our other videos in the future. And thank you again from myself and the team here at Reacquaint TV for taking the time to watch. We hope to see you next time around.